Hi there, we are talking about returning to exercise postnatally on this episode today. So in terms of returning to exercise in general, you are going to want to do this in a progressive nature, focusing on core activation and pelvic floor connection throughout those exercises. Moving on to returning to impact, you don't want to probably be looking at doing something like this until about 3 months at least postnatally, depending on how you're feeling. And again, this must be progressive, okay? So you should have good core strength and good core connection, pelvic floor connection with some strength exercises that you've been hopefully working on before you start looking at some impact exercises. So the things that you can do to start adding that impact in are, so you're doing your walking on the spot, you can start adding in a bit of bounce here just to start preparing your pelvic floor and your core muscles for that impact type movement. Okay, next you can do some slight lifts off the ground, as well as working on some other strength activities such as your one-legged squats. So I'm going to go with a one-legged squat with a, sorry, can't quite see, with a slight support at the front, or if you're sitting on a bench or a chair, you can again support slightly at the front. Inhale, exhale, connect with your core and do a stand, one-legged stand, activating those glute muscles, starting to use muscles that you are going to be using throughout your impact kind of movements. Okay. Other things you can do are things like focused landings. So you can do your squats with little jumps, and this is where you inhale down, exhale, so you're still connected with your core for your impact. Okay, and obviously you are gradually going to increase the height you are jumping. The thing, when I would tell you to stop increasing or progressing your what you're working on, you want to look out for signs of increased pelvic pain, back pain, that are kind of not a good core strength. So depending on how your core is feeling, also your pelvic floor, how that is feeling, are you having any leaking, are you having any pressure or bulging kind of feelings in your pelvic floor, that sort of thing. If you are getting any of those symptoms as you progress and getting onto harder kind of things, then you need to stop with progressing, go back to what was working okay for you, work on that a little bit longer, maybe another week, try, do say 2 or 3 times a week, and then try again with your new progression after that. Okay, again, adding in running, so you can do either time-based or distance-based running, just short, gentle runs, or if you're feeling okay with that, maybe start running down the street or wherever you want to run to until you feel like you've done too much. Walk a little bit and then start again, and just play around with it. Everybody's different, so there's no set rhyme or rhythm to anything. Okay, so those sorts of things are the basics of returning to impact exercise. If you are having concerns despite trying to hold back on the progressions for a wee bit, and you're still not getting to where you want to be, then you should firstly have a chat with me and see if you are using the correct techniques, what sort of things you've been doing. And secondly, I may or may not refer you on to a women's physiotherapist for a more thorough assessment, who will be able to give you more specified advice and hopefully rehabilitation techniques. So hopefully you can get started on that. I will give you a couple more links after this on specific exercises progressions that you can have a look at as well.